Greetings and salutations. Welcome back, Kevin. Lorraine, my darling child of darkness. You have returned. A horrible heart, Kevin. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. Rootsy, a horrible heart. Welcome back. Greetings and salutations. My, Alistair. Certainly looks like you've been training. You've grown significantly stronger since I last laid eyes upon you. Good. Keep up the hard work. You missed me, Alistair. Of course you did. But you should never miss, Alistair. Your aim should be perfect. I have trained you better than that. Oh, Lorraine, a horrible heart. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. Disgusting roses, Rootsy. Don't do that. I despise the living in all forms. Welcome back, Tony. Jamie. How wonderful for you to grace me with your presence once more. The night is dark and full of shadows. I wonder, is anyone out there alone, vulnerable? Greetings and salutations, DJ Marcus. Welcome back. Peter. Wonderful, Nathan. Thank you for reminding me. As Queen of Darkness, Night and Shadow, I encourage you to vote for me. If your votes have refreshed, Alistair, that is much more like it. A crown. After all, I am vampiric royalty. So much better when you see things my way. And it does make these things much easier, doesn't it? Heidi, a horrible heart. I was rather hoping, Heidi, that you might have rethought your decision. As you see, the night is dark and full of shadows. The light already begins to dim, and very soon will be completely extinguished. I would encourage you, turn from the light. It can offer you no protection now. Embrace the darkness, Heidi, or be swallowed by it. Christmas tree. There you are. Welcome back. A warlock. I intend on taking over not over this kingdom, nor just these lands, not even this world. My reach will far extend beyond all of the galaxies. Kara seems to be surfing around a local galaxy. She was within this kingdom, but has fled in fear. I, or did I not, Christmas tree, forbid music, party, and song? I believe I did. I can see exactly what sort of mood you're in. Disobedience will not be tolerated. Warlock, any song and music is forbidden. You have no idea. There are monsters out there, far more horrific than even I, and they draw close. These monsters, they are lured by music and song. Akra and her pets. Her pets have been spotted on the shores. I have remained hidden for centuries, and I'm not intending on being found just yet. Not until we have acquired a stronger army. If Akra wants a fight, I'm more than willing to play her games. But I only play games by my rules. There will be grave consequences for anybody who disobeys my order. Far worse than the Red Room. Definitely not! Lorraine, I don't do kisses, but I do bite. Love and affection is disgusting. Are you trying to put me off my lunch? Don't worry. I'm far too excited to feast on Christmas tree later. It will be very difficult to put me off that. Donnie, Lee, welcome back. You've returned and decided to grace me with your presence. A horrible heart. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. King, there really is no feeling quite like pure dark magic, is there, King? Nothing quite emulates it in the same way. We really are. Now that's vile. Why is my lunch holding a little heart and looking all affectionate? What has gotten into all of you tonight? All of this love and displays of affection is sickening. I think I've been away for far too long. You have descended into chaos. Steve! Are you trying? I don't do kisses, Christmas tree, but I do bite. And are you trying to make me look foolish? The only thing that should should be a crown. Disobedience and disrespect will not be tolerated. Do I make myself clear? Good. Some of you have forgotten exactly who I am and what I am capable of. Perhaps you need reminding. And Christmas tree, flattery will get you everywhere. For now. Steve, now that is much more like it. A shining example of obedience and respect. Oh, Alistair, what a dark web we weave. Oh dear, Lorraine. Don't tell me You're starting to get a disobedient streak too, for I should have to fix that. I see your powers are improving also, Alistair. You're dabbling in the dark arts. You see, with a little bit of direction. No, Adam. How shameful. Sending bumblebees to fight your battles for you. There really is no feeling quite like dark magic, is there, Alistair? And what a dark web we weave, King. I only hope you don't become entangled in it, or trapped, like prey. Disgusting roses, Bobby. Lorraine, I can think of much better libations to drink than espresso. I have a rather exotic palate. That is quite enough. The only thing that should ever go on my head is a crown. Putting that thing upon my head is very bad for your elf. I'd be careful. Do not anger or frustrate me. I don't think you would like it when I'm angry. Horrible heart. My. Well, that's certainly a new mode of transportation, isn't it, Lorraine? Just where are you off to? The North Pole, perhaps? Speaking of which, I overheard something quite interesting in the castle. As you're aware, Arak is currently staying with me. And I must admit, she is so much easier to get along with now that the darkness has taken over her. She's actually quite tolerable. But she does talk and murmur a lot to herself, mainly about her plans. I must say, her plans for this Christmas are quite exciting. I can't wait to see her carry them out. A horrible heart, James. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular, and disgusting roses, angel of earth. Crowl. I don't do kisses, but I do bite. Have I taught you anything? Have I taught you nothing about love? Love is a pure weakness. It consumes you entirely. And in the end, it is always taken away, leaving you broken and weak. Love is not for our kind. We are better than that. A horrible heart shell. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. Really? Thank you, Lorraine. It causes so much stress and tension. You really think that is worthy of even being called an opponent? Perhaps we could train him a little bit better. Perhaps he could protect my treasure in the castle. But I have far more valuable treasures than gold. Morgan, follow me into the darkness. But be careful. I'm not following you while you're alone in the dark. Ah, Christmas tree, our regular Doctor Who. Tearing the very fabric of time and space, opening up these portals. Should Akra or her pets walk through any of those portals, Christmas tree, I'm going to hold you personally responsible. Disobedience and disrespect will not be tolerated. And betrayal is the highest form. Oh dear, Shell. It looks like you have a disobedient streak in you as well. Correct your behaviour yourself, or I will assist. And should I have to intervene, Lorraine, stop that right now. Music and song are forbidden. You are spinning my head round. Ah, Alistair. You're in fighting spirits, I see. Keep up that energy. We're going to need that. I'm starting to suspect, Lorraine, you and Christmas Tree have been spending far too much time together. His resistance is starting to rub off on you. I don't like it. He seems to have taught you how to use the magic of a portal as well. Now, while I'm all for bettering ourselves and learning new skills, disobedience will not be tolerated, Lorraine. Mark my words. The consequences will be dire. Did you share, Alistair? To get more things to play with? Have fun. Simon, there you are. You've returned. Welcome back. I'm not usually one for forgiveness, Lorraine, but I do admire your power. Therefore this once. But I shall not be making a habit of it. Greetings and salutations, Sarwin. Disgusting roses, Albert. Don't do that. I despise the living. In all forms. Have I lost power, Simon? I'm looking weak. Weak? I'll show you exactly how weak I am. Although the presence of Akra's pets along our shores do seem to be having some sort of impact on our kind. The sooner they are destroyed, the better. And make no mistake, I intend to do just that. A horrible heart map. Unfortunately, Simon, there's no sweetness here. Bitterness, perhaps. Follow me into the darkness, Karalis. But be careful. I'm not following you while you're alone in the dark. And I have quite a talent, Simon, for training brats. Michael, I can hear your heartbeat. Oh, Andre, which one? For I've heard there are many. Raka, in fact, has several. But I'm afraid not even he can help you now. Did you share, Jolly, to get more things to play with? How fun. Music and song is forbidden, Simon. You wouldn't want to lure those monsters to our shore, would you? Believe it or not, there are far more horrific monsters than even I. Flattery, Casey, will get you everywhere. For now. I really am hungry. I was always taught it's impolite to play with your food. But isn't this fun? Disgusting roses, Steve. Don't do that. I despise the living. In all forms, Simon. Follow me into the darkness, Kenneth. But be careful. I'm not following you while you're alone in the dark. Disgusting roses, Simon. Shell, don't do that. I despise the living. Have any of my scouts located Raka yet? The last report seemed to suggest she was heading towards the diamond trees, but she has changed course to a future city. She's been going back and forth between the two, unable to decide. My scout suggested she may be requiring the assistance from the Secret Council. She never really was very good at making her own decisions. Last week's Secret Council, and also this week's Secret Council, I am presuming will have a vote for each title they hold. I would suggest to choose carefully. Many dangers lurk on those waters. I still haven't quite forgiven Raka for the whole Drag Ann incident. But Drag Ann is a fighter. She will pull through. She hurt my baby. And Drag Ann is pivotal. My dragon army requires her. Step by step, shadow by shadow, me and my darlings of darkness shall link arms, and our shadow shall be cast upon this world, blocking out all of the light. And those that dwell within the darkness of our shadow shall cower in fear. The only light will be that of the embers cast from my dragons, burning everything to ash. Time is running out. I extend this offer to you for a final time. Join me. Turn from the light. It offers you no solace now. I can bestow such blessings upon you. Strength, speed, stamina, eternal youth. The ability to transform and fly if you wish. All you have to do is say yes. Ah, Selwyn, a crown for this fest. Our dark rain Christmas tree! Catch that chicken! Pray do tell, Christmas tree. How are the chickens supposed to sit on my... Adam! Get this... How are the chickens and the ducks supposed to hatch my dragon eggs if they're running around the castle? I want them all back by morning. If not, I'll require a sacrifice. Oh, Rivs, I have quite a talent for training brats. I've never been more in need of my dragon army. Time is starting to run out. Kara's pets are at our shores, and they do seem to be having an effect on the children of the night, and myself. Their power is strong. Rivs are horrible heart. I prefer to drink straight from the jugular. Ah, Shah, you've returned to me with a horrible heart. Welcome back, Shah. My, look at you training Alistair. Christmas tree! Catch that chicken! How is it supposed to hatch my dragon eggs if it's roaming the castle halls? Catch it and take it back. Such defiance and carelessness. Adam. On second thoughts, the shades. Rather a good idea, actually. After 471 years, one does tend to learn to adapt. But that sun does sting a little. Perhaps it can offer some protection. The invention of daylight jewellery was a game changer. Shah. Thank you, Shah. For you have just brought something to light. A moonlight flower. How wonderful! The moonlight flowers, the ones that only grow in the Elven Kingdom mountains. The ones that possess great power. The ones my armies assured me had been destroyed. Not a trace left, my queen. Would any of you care to explain how Shah has found a moonlight flower? Don't you realise our enemies are close? Should they be able to harness the power of a moonlight flower, you could have doomed us all. Well, you know what they say. If you want a job done, do it yourself. Alistair, take a dragon. Take it to the Elven Mountains. Burn them. Christmas tree! How catch that chicken? How are my dragon eggs supposed to hatch when the chickens that are supposed to be sitting on them are roaming the castle halls? Get it back. Now! A horrible heart, William. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. Carelessness. I've taught you better than this. Just for fun, I can hear your heartbeat. What is that message, Alistair? Who's sending paper cranes? Could it be a warning, perhaps? Take it down to the crypt. Oh, Sarwyn, what a dark web we weave. I only pray you don't become entangled and trapped like prey. Arak has a secret stash. Arak is currently residing in my castle. She has been having very dark ideas. She seems to talk in her sleep, murmuring things about Christmas. Her being an elf and all, she will be expected to go and join Santa in the North Pole again, in order to assist. That could be quite troublesome, considering the darkness has consumed her. A horrible heart. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. I'm on the naughty list. Of course I am. I have quite a talent, Nathan, for training brats, with a pretty high success rate. Greetings and salutations, Matthew. Welcome back. Jack, my darling of darkness, come. In the form of a bat, if you wish. I'm afraid there is no sweetness here, Lorraine. Bitterness, perhaps. Jack, I can hear your heartbeat. Welcome back, Sophie. Ah, there we go. Lorraine. Nathan, Lorraine has just assisted me. She has just sent a letter of recommendation to Santa. Do you want to know what I've asked him for? I've asked him for power, magic, control, and the destruction of Accra. Once my dragons have grown strong enough, their flames will boil the oceans and waters, evaporating them, leaving Accra and her creatures helpless, vulnerable. I can hardly wait. Donny! There is to be no music or tune or song of any kind. Music and song can lure monsters far more horrific than even I. Lorraine, a crown. After all, I am vampiric royalty. Our reign of terror will continue to climb and expand. Welcome back, Alistair. Breaking? There will be no breaking here. The only one to do any form of breaking and destruction is me. I take pride in my work. Just look at Christmas Tree. He is the perfect example. He once was defiant, disobedient, resistant to change. Donny, where are these creatures coming from? There must be a village of some sort within the kingdom. They're rather like goblins or trolls. They do seem to be quite attached to treasure. I wonder if we could harness them and train them. Perhaps we could get them to join our army. Now that is much better. You see, Christmas Tree? A shining example. A crown. So much better. When you see things my way. Just a little bit of time in the Red Room, Christmas Tree, certainly did correct that behaviour and your way of thinking, didn't it? You were defiant, disobedient and resistant. But once I'd worked my magic on you, we sharp changed that, didn't we? And look at you now. You're a shining example of what the Red Room is capable of. Welsh Dragon, welcome back, my darling of darkness. How wonderful. Come to me, Matthew, in the form of a bat, if you wish. Join our dark little family, just as Lorraine suggests. Greetings and salutations, Ben. I believe it must be Akra's pets. They must be close. I can feel a migraine coming on. Ah, Welsh Dragon, that is much better. A crown. After all, I am vampiric royalty. It's so much better when you see things my way. And it does make these things much easier, doesn't it? Haven't you ever heard of my Red Room, Ron? You have any idea what is in there? Glance behind me and tell me what you see. I shall tell you what you see. You see the souls of all of those that have defied or angered me, trapped, tormented, and doomed to spend eternity trapped within the walls of the Red Room, suffering for eternity until I see fit. Make no mistake. It can be quite fun. For me. Lorraine! This new form of transportation is starting to become quite popular. Are you coming back from the North Pole? I do require your strength here, Lorraine. I don't want you gallivanting with Santa. You're much more useful to me here. Be a good girl and come straight back. How do you vote for me? Do you see here? Live Fest. If it doesn't say Live Fest, swipe until it does. Once you are on the Live Fest page, scroll all the way down to the bottom, where there is a red button, where you can vote for me. Each vote is worth 50 points. So 100 is worth 5,000. I encourage you to vote for me. No, I demand it. Now. I don't have a habit of repeating myself, Ron, but the Live Fest banner here. Swipe until you see it and scroll to the bottom. That is where the red voting button is. I'm starting to believe, Lorraine, it really is true. Technology does listen a lot. It's rather a useful tool, but also quite frightening, isn't it? But not half as frightening as what I'm capable of. You see, I see everything. I swim. My reign of terror, my darkness will not only sweep this kingdom, nor only this land, not even this world. My reach will extend into the galaxies. I will not be content until all is under my rule. Come to me, Harley, in the form of a bat, if you wish. Indeed, Peter, the darkness will consume all. Are you trying to infuriate me, Bilbo? I do agree. I'm not pretty. I am not a pretty sight. I'm not meant to be pretty. I'm terrifying. Well done, Christmas tree. I knew my corrections would work out well in the end. Extending our armies and our numbers. Newlings. You will be responsible for these newlings. As newlings, you will be expected to join us on tonight's hunt. You will learn our ways. Failure is not tolerated. Victory and success is the only way. I will bestow strength, speed, stamina, eternal youth, immortality. You will be responsible for either the success or failure of these newlings, Christmas tree. Do not fail me. I dislike failure. You voted, Harley? Well done. Well then, you have pleased your queen. No, you wouldn't do that, would you, Christmas tree? Because you know exactly the extent of where my wrath can take you. And I don't think you wish to repeat that, do you? No. A horrible heart, lost souls. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. You voted also, lost souls. And Pumpkin, then you too have gained your queen's favour. You're getting on my radar for all of the right reasons this time. Let's keep it that way, shall we? beautiful, isn't it? But why a flower? I despise the living. But I do believe, Lorraine, that is the only time I have agreed that a flower can be beautiful. Kara is hiding quite close in a near galaxy. I've been thinking and plotting of ways to lure her here. The Karma Restoration Android application. Perhaps her arm can be twisted. Perhaps she could be forced to return. If the balance of karma were to shift drastically, she would have no choice but to return and intervene, would she? I still need to seek revenge for her little magic trick, for turning me into an elf. I'm still traumatized from it. I'll bide my time. I always win in the end. Mark, my darling child of night, you've returned to me. Welcome back. Greetings and salutations. It is rather cold, isn't it? There seems to be a chill and a bite in the air. I thought I was the one to be biting and cold. Unbelievable. My children of the night, you never fail to impress me. Even after being taken, our attentions attracted elsewhere last night, unable to command our little reign of terror, we've still reached the top 100. And we are so close. We have the fight of our afterlives. Blech. Tree. What was in that? It was love and affection and feelings, wasn't there? I can tell. It's disgusting. Have I taught you nothing about love? Disgusting roses. Oh, finger food, Jason. Delicious. My favourite. How did you know? Tea God. Jonathan. Welcome back. A horrible hurt, tea God. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. And Matthew, shocking. I really am in quite a predicament. I could turn the heat up, but the lighting spoils my creative influence. Therefore, I shall suffer for my art. I feel like my toes are about to fall off. Oh, finger food, Jason, delicious. My favourite. And we really are intending on bursting this fest thing wide open, tea God. Indeed, I am cold-blooded. colder than the grave. Or colder than the grave I crawled out of 471 years ago. Philip, we really do have the strongest team. What I would not give right now, Donny. Greetings and salutations, Sam. Welcome back. Sarwin, there really is no feeling quite like pure dark magic, is there? Nothing quite emulates it in the same way. You come from Transylvania, Bob. Interesting. I know a lot of our kind do dwell there. I, however, dwell in darkness and shadow, anywhere there is an absence of light. You never know when I might just pop out. Jason, Alistair, a crown. We really will rule over this fest. And once we arrive there, we will destroy all music and song. There usually does seem to be music and song at these sort of things, and I have forbidden it. If there is one note of music, I will destroy everything and burn it to the ground. Follow me into the darkness, Bob. But be careful. I'm not following you while you're alone in the dark. Horrible heart. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. Why, Alan, I am fantastic, as always. Come to me, Lorraine, my darling child of night, in the form of a bat, if you wish. Happiness. Why ever would you want happiness? There are things far better than happiness. Control, power, chaos. And to my American friends, happy Thanksgiving. I indeed have a lot to be thankful for. Oh, Texas, Natalie. Greetings and salutations. And Balkamania, flattery, will get you everywhere. For now. Indeed, it is I, Natalie. Aren't you ecstatic to see me? Didn't you miss me? 'Tis I, the Countess Arak, Queen of Darkness, Shadow, Night, and Dragons. A horrible heart, Natalie. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. I really am working on trying to change the opinion of Heidi. I'm working on the girl, but she just does not want to see things from my point. It's very disappointing. I have a feeling I'm going to have to resort to extreme tactics. I have tried to warn her. Perhaps, Natalie, you could try and convince her before I have to resort to such extremities. Nobody wants that, do they? Arak? Light and positive, Nathan. You seem to be forgetting something. Arak is much more tolerable these days, now the darkness has consumed her. Magpie! Welcome back, my darling. You wish for a bat? I can send you a bat. That's no problem at all. In fact, Natalie, I can give you the power to transform into a much better winged creature of darkness. Would you like to be able to transform into a bat yourself? I can give you that ability. So fun to fly, to feel so free. Welcome back, Magpie. Did you miss me? Of course you did. Greetings and salutations, Chase. And unfortunately, Tony, my dragons are precious beasts and creatures. They are reserved for me, and occasionally as special rewards. My dragons will win this war for me, and they will offer me the protection I need from Akra and her pets. Welcome back, Todd. I am hungry. I could use a bite. Any volunteers? Tonight's hunt should certainly be impressive and interesting. With so many newlings, we're going to descend into chaos. Oh, that's what they always say. Until it's time. And then they cry and they beg. It's pathetic. Welcome back, Squirrel. Greetings and salutations. And we have our regular old Doctor Who Christmas tree, tearing the very fabric of time and space, opening portals. You had better hope Akra and her pets don't sneak through. In fact, tree, gather an army of our strongest. Stand guard at the portal entrance. Should anything undesirable slip through, deal with it. We really do have the best, most powerful, strongest team, Magpie, don't we? Our reign of terror has descended into chaos and climbed unimaginable heights. I intend to keep climbing until our darkness has been cast over everything, step by step and shadow by shadow. We will link arms, and our shadow shall be cast over this land, and all that dwell within the darkness of our shadow shall cower in fear. Follow me into the darkness, Iomip. better be careful. I'm not following you while you're alone in the dark. Kevin and Mel. Now I'm starting to understand where this resistance is coming from. The names Van Helsing, Blade, Buffy. You think they can offer you some form of protection from me? These names, the fact you even suggest they could be opponents, the mere thought is offensive. Always. I see all. I know all. I see you, the ones lurking outside on the FYP. Come in, join our darkness, unless you're afraid. We don't bite much. Our hunting will be very interesting later. I intend to burst this fest open, Nat. There's also always music and song at these kinds of things. Once I've arrived, should there be one note of music or song, I will burn the place down. Come to me, Jonathan, in the form of a bat, if you wish. Peter, I can hear your heartbeat. And Kevin Mel, the same back to you, for I have much to be thankful for. The sheer strength and power I possess. Emma, a horrible heart. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. Jade, I can hear your heartbeat. I never miss, Emma. My aim is perfect. P-head, a horrible heart. I do hope your granddaughter is well. Come to me carefully, as a bat, if you wish. And Jade, I can hear your heartbeat. Tree, Lorraine, seems to me you have obtained some form of treasure chest. You haven't been out with Raka the Viking, have you? You wouldn't happen to know of her location? For keeping that sort of thing from me would be very unwise. Of course you will, Emma. Ow, a horrible heart. And welcome back, Jimmy. Greetings and salutations. Jade, disgusting roses, don't do that. I can't bear the cold much longer. I don't intend to suffer it anymore. You've been raiding the Elven Badlands. Wonderful. Their kingdoms need to be destroyed so they can be taught a lesson, Christmas tree. You got there before I did. It's a rarity. Count yourself blessed. Come to me, Jade, in the form of a bat, if you wish. You want a hug, Jimmy? Come. Come. Closer. Closer. Why do you look so afraid? I won't bite. Much. A horrible heart, Chris. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular, Totty. And come, Chris, in the form of a bat, if you wish. I can't tolerate this any longer, and I'm not prepared to suffer. Bear with me one moment. Literally 30 seconds. No. Better. Remove this at once, Jimmy. The only thing that should ever go on my head is a crown. I've already suffered for over an hour, Lorraine. I don't intend to do it any longer. My timing is always perfect, Jimmy. Haven't I ever told you? I see all. I know all. You can't escape anything from me. I will always find out. Only if you come with me, Madal. I'll take you on a flying lesson through the stars. I can't promise your safe return, but it will be quite thrilling. Sarwyn, come to me, my child of darkness, in the form of a bat, if you wish. Tony, remove this at once. The only thing that should ever go on my head is a crown. Do I make myself clear? Like crystal. Good. Disobedience and disrespect will not be tolerated. Ah, but Madal, you've never been flying with me, have you? Jimmy, disgusting roses, don't do that. I despise the living in all forms. So I can destroy them, Bilbo. Really? Isn't that obvious? Donna, follow me into the darkness. But be careful. I'm not following you while you're alone in the dark. Distraction, Bilbo, is one of my favourite pastimes. And I must admit, I really am rather good at it. When I was a human girl, The only thing I was really good at was destroying my own life. Who wants a life anyway? Those things are rather tedious and boring. I only truly started to live when I wasn't. And look at me now. The power, the control. I have embraced the darkness and greatness, and I've only just begun. A horrible heart. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. I wouldn't do that if I were you, Nathan. A magpie. That really is an old story. 471 years ago. I was a human girl. Weak. Fragile. Quite pathetic. And then the Count came into my life. He bestowed great things upon me. He taught me about power and control. And once he'd served his purpose, he had such a tragic accident. Tragic. What do you mean, magpie? It was so sad. I inherited all of his estate, all of his power, all of his control over the lands. It was such a trying, terrible time for me. I had never experienced such a thing. And with him gone and out the way, I had nobody to tell me what to do. I had nobody to control me. I had to make all of the decisions for myself. I seem to have done pretty well so far. Don't you think? Time is a great healer, Christmas tree. Out with the old and in with the new, that's what I say. Best shot of bad rubbish. And of course I cope. I'm a master. I can get through anything. A new Count? Why ever would I want that? Someone to share in my control and reign? No, thank you. I think I do perfectly well, just on my own. Don't you? Colvin, welcome back. Why is it so cold? Has my heart really become so cold it's starting to freeze everything? Greetings and salutations, Colvin. How marvellous for you to return and grace me with your presence. And with all of this tension, the threat of Accra, starting to get a migraine. Oh, flattery will get you everywhere, cool then. For now. No, thank you, Lorraine. Oh, Giant, don't be afraid. There's no need to be afraid. Unless you plan on resisting. Even then, you shouldn't be afraid. You should be terrified. Greetings and salutations, Dr. Nick. Wonderful for you to grace my presence. Did you miss me? Of course you did. Unfortunately, though, I believe my absence has bred resistance and defiance. Something I really do intend on fixing. A king, Bob. I quite like kings. The last one didn't really last long. You see, I don't quite like sharing power or control. That sort of thing is reserved for me and me alone. Having to share it makes me quite frustrated, irritated. You understand? And my reign of terror will outstretch and reach far beyond these lands, far beyond these kingdoms, far beyond this world even. It will stretch out into the galaxies. I don't require friendship, Coolin. What I require are loyal, faithful subjects. I understand, Dr. Nick. Situations have distracted my attention elsewhere. But worry not, for I have returned for the battle of my afterlife. I don't intend on losing. My children of darkness, they are strong. Lorraine, you really are getting around tonight, aren't you? First trains and now jets. Why do you feel the need to take this technology flying equipment? I have blessed you, Lorraine, with the gift of flight. You can transform into a winged creature and fly yourself. Why do you put your faith and trust into this technology built by the humans? You can't trust any of them. They are worth nothing. The only thing they are good for, if they refuse to join us, is to be our lunch. They can't assist us any other way. You will see in time. Indeed, power is greatness. And I am great. A horrible heart, Zach. I prefer to drink straight from a jugular. And the same to you, Stephanie, for I have much to be thankful for. I have the strongest army in my children of the night. Together, was unexpected. Emma, I need words with you. Strong ones. Your defiance. And the fact you just don't stop, do you? Why, Emma, can you not just learn to accept my rule? It would make things so much easier for both of us. It would take nothing. Learn to accept me as your queen, Emma. Save us both time and heartache. I don't wish to resort to extreme measures with you. Emma! Definitely not. I don't do kisses, but I do bite. And place that thing on my head again, and it will be very bad for your elf. Oh dear. You really don't intend on behaving, do you? They often say, when something is behind glass, it's to protect it from the outside, or the outside from it. I wonder, which is it? There's no sweetness here, Jade. I'm quite sour. Carver, follow me into the darkness, but be careful. I'm not following you. Definitely not, Emma. I don't do kisses, but I do bite. And these creatures, they seem to be coming from one of the neighbouring kingdoms. They're rather like trolls or goblins, quite obsessed with treasure. Oh, Sarwyn, I didn't know you dabbled in the dark arts. You see, with a little bit of direction, dabbling in the darkness can produce great results. Disgusting roses pink. Don't do that. I despise the living. In all forms. And follow me into the darkness, my darlings. But be careful. I'm not following you. While you're alone, in the dark, I intend to burst this fest wide open. My reign of tar, Adam. Not Akra's pets. Lorraine. Christmas tree. Go to the shores. Lorraine, Christmas tree. What I'm about to demand is very important. Carry out my instructions perfectly and exactly. Split up our army into two. Lorraine, you shall take half with you. You shall go to where Adam has been sighted and capture him. He will know of Kara's location, and I do not intend on allowing him to escape again. Christmas tree, you will take the other half. You will take them to the shores. You'll find Akra's pets and you will destroy them. We will send her a message. If she wants to play, I'm not going to play nice. Destroying her little pets will definitely send a message. Who's Adam, Dr. Nick? Didn't you see him? He's the astronaut connected to Kara, the android. They are quite familiar with one another. The fact that he is within these kingdoms suggests to me that Kara is close, and he will know exactly where she is hiding away. Therefore, if we capture Adam, we get Kara. And Kara's power. That will be very useful. In my life? Definitely not, Dr. Nick. The last one was 471 years ago. Didn't really end well. He had a tragic accident. So sad. Worry not, you two. I shall be able to retrieve what you need, if not, I hope. Come to me, Jade, in the form of a bird, if you wish. Definitely not, Dr. Nick. Why would I want that? So they can tell me what to do, where to go, how to dress, which kingdoms to take over? Certainly not. I'm quite enjoying and having fun on my own, making my own rules. Welcome back, Ben. Ah! Is he burgling now? Now I understand, Christmas tree. I understand why Arak is speaking so much of this Santa. He's evil, isn't he? Sneaking into the homes of young children, taking things in their presents. I'm going to have to meet this Santa Claus. Wait, and I understand his name now. It's all making sense. Santa Claus. Oh, it's genius. I think I need to meet this Santa. Breaking and entering. That could be a useful skill. Come to me, Richard, in the form of a bird, if you wish. I am so cold. Emma, are you trying to make me look foolish? The only thing that should ever go on my head is a crown. Disobedience and disrespect will not be tolerated. Do I make myself clear? Correct your behaviour yourself, or I will assist. Ah, look at him. Let us watch him work. Lorraine. He sneaks through their chimneys. Now that really is quite intimidating, isn't it? He doesn't just sneak in a window or a door. He climbs down in the middle of the night. He really does seem quite a dark one, this Santa Claus, doesn't he? I wonder if I could convince Arak to convince him to join our cause. His skills, I admire them. God's alive. Oh, Selwyn, a crown. It's so much better when you see things my way. And it does make these things much easier, doesn't it? We do have 30 minutes left. In all honesty, I don't know. The Viking chain. I do, Emma, but unfortunately I can't have it facing me as it destroys my lighting. Therefore I'm suffering for my art. Now that is dedication. Raka will feel the full extent of my wrath. Make no mistakes about that. She harmed my little dragon, my baby dragon. She'll suffer for that. Seriously, Donnie, I would if I could, but it's impossible to work with. I'll show you, look. Impossible. Oh, that heat is nice. It really is impossible. Or I would. Doesn't it reset at 12 now, Nathan, rather than 11? 33,000 likes. At least it's not loves. Oh, I see. Nathan, this is a first, me educating you on TikTok systems. If you go to the dailies and you click the top right for previous rankings, it will all be there. You're welcome. Mm. 81st. It's unimaginable. I really am cold, Dr. Nick. Colder than the grave I crawled out of 471 years. I don't mind the cold. Kara, on the other hand, despises it. She is a summer child. She likes the sun. I'm not particularly fond. You only get the decoration, Nathan, if you're in the top 20. Yes, that is reserved for only the top 20. It's rather amusing, Dr. Nick. I shan't lie. Greetings and salutations, Marty. I really don't know if I can tolerate another 25 minutes. I may try and return at midnight. But I am cold. So very cold. And hungry. I'm incredibly hungry. My darlings of darkness, I seriously expect nothing from you. You must believe that. And in all honesty, I thought Kara had thrown away a life-changing chance and opportunity. I was incredibly upset and angry with her. But once again, you have proved just how great you are. You have pleased your queen very much so, and made her proud to call you hers. Thank you. But I am so cold and so hungry. We have newlings to train. We need to go hunting. Darlings of the night, gather at the castle gates and await further instructions there. If you haven't joined my Discord, why? All of the fun happens there. There's a link in the bio. Join it. And for those of you that have been defiant and displeased me, you're on the hunting list. A Christmas tree. I hold your heart in the palm of my hand. Don't worry. I'll look after it. Why are you still here? Now is the part where you run.